The story of how my book got translated into Turkish is a very funny one, and I wanted to share it. I arrived to Baku. I was working on promoting the book. I was progressing towards publication date in the US, and I was approached by a publishing house from Turkey because I was quite active on social media. I was sharing information about the topic of my book, the characters, and all that work kind of paid off. I received this message that they're interested in looking at it. So I sent a couple of chapters, but at the back of my mind, I was telling myself that it's just too early for you to start translating a book before it's even published. However, when I received the translation of a couple of chapters, it was so beautiful that I didn't realize I'm reading my own work. I fell in love with the language that was used in that translation. So I started looking up the translator. His name is Erhun Yücesoy. We became very good friends, and I saw that he translates Joseph Conrad. He translated Martin Eden into Turkish. He translated some works by Alice Munro. So he translated, classics, and I was so touched that this person liked my book and agreed to translate it, that I couldn't say no. I told myself, even if it doesn't become popular and doesn't sell, I want to see this book in Turkish. And I was in Turkey for a health reason. I was going from one doctor to another, so I finally went and met with Menekşe Hanım. And I've still had, on the way there, even though I kind of decided to go ahead and publish it, I still had some doubts. I told myself, it's too early. You want to publish it, see how it does in the American market, before you translate it into a different language. And so I came in and we started talking, and I just, I looked at the contract and I just closed my eyes and I signed it. And I told myself that, even if it's too early, I want this translation to be done. And honestly, I realized that translating a book is pretty much being a writer for that book in that language, taking on the role of being an author, because every language has its own character. It has its own mood, it's like a woman with an attitude. You have to feel it. You have to understand how it works. That's why, Google Translate is never going to be able to do the job. But everything aside about my book, this translation is so beautiful, and it's a result of this kind of friendship and collaboration that I had with Erhun Bey. I recommend it not just as my own work of fiction, but his work of fiction in Turkish language. The Turkish title for the book is Bir Başına, and it's something that he came up with. So I consider him a co-author in this translation.